This is Asmita Nikam, and we'll be having a discussion about hospital planning with architect Yadneshwar Pathak today. Architect Pathak is originally from Marathwada, Maharashtra, and he has done his Bachelor's of Architecture with honors from our esteemed Institute of JJ School of Architecture. Apart from that, he did his Master's in Urban Design from Domus Academy, Milan, Italy. And he has done the second Master's from Symbiosis, Pune, and his subject was Hospital Planning and Designing. In his 18 years of his professional career, 12 years he's dedicated for hospital designing and planning. While working with a renowned architectural firm, he involved in a large-scale project that is Parsi General Hospital and Shatabdi Hospital, Mumbai. Conversation with architect Pathak today. So, hello sir, how are you?
Hi Asmita, how are you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Sir, what is the difference between the normal architect and healthcare architect? So, why one should opt for the hospital architect for their projects?
Thank you for this opportunity, Asmita, and thank you, Hospertz, for inviting me for this forum. And I'm really happy to share what we are doing currently. Difference between a normal architect and healthcare architect is basically it's like someone who goes for specializations. Currently, the changing trend of all this activity is about having specialized service. If you have a joint pain, you'll go to orthopedic. If you have of course, you want to lose weight, you'll go to a specialized trainer who is specialized in reducing your weight, something like that. So point is, having done some amount of hospital projects completed in all respect, from starting from scratch till actually commissioning, there is a certain comfort with the doctor who is a client which is super busy, and they should be that they can offload this activity of giving intellectual inputs for coming up with the facility they dream of. So it's simple, like we as an architect get involved into a project at much later stage of their understanding of the project. They have dreamed of their own hospital for maybe probably 10 years. And we as a appointed architect come on board after 10 years of their understanding. So our job as a healthcare architect actually to translate their dream into first the drawings, the papers, and then actual reality.
Sir, what are the parameters which differentiate between the hospital building and the normal building?
All right. So we are sitting in an office building.
Right.
This is an office building, and it has certain parameter that takes care of your comfort level, primary comfort level. It's a air conditioned space with certain temperature that we are regulating. Illumination of this space is as per what you need. The desk needs certain illumination that we are having. A hospital has a few more parameters that we need to cater to. To start with, operation theater. Operation theater is a very complicated entity. I would always tell anybody that hospital building is a machine and not a actual building, because it is supplied with lot of services.
Right.
Within an operation theater, you need X amount of humidity control, temperature and pressure, air pressure also. So why? Because patient body is opened over there. Any new foreign object should not get into his body through this opening. So all this, it's like so to compare with any other building, say residential building. A residential building has certain ideas which we follow, and number of users, or say stakeholder we call them, are lesser. In residential, we will focus on residential users who are occupying the space. In hospital, there are 3 to 5 stakeholders. Right. Starting first is patient, second is doctor, third is the staff, fourth is the relative, fifth is most important is maintenance staff also. So what we need to cater to or keep in our mind while we designing hospital is all these 4 to 5 stakeholders are completely satisfied in terms of their actual working.
Sir, so how to select a suitable land for hospital projects?
Yes, it's a very important question, and that's how when we first meet any client, prospective client or a doctor, that what is the most suitable land for a hospital. So if you see any city level development plan already has demarcation for hospitals. So as a town planner of any city, they have already demarcated locations where the hospital should be ideally, and those lands are available. If available, they should immediately choose
Right.
for. Anything which is outside the city limits, or say tier 2, tier 3 cities where need of a hospital is quite acute, and probably they'll have to convert certain lands which are demarcated or designated for commercial space or residential space into hospital, which is possible and which is encouraged also by the government, that more hospitals should be built, and that's how it should be. And select the right land has a parameter linked with the type and size of hospital one wants to come up with.
All right.
A land which is in vicinity of residential development, because that's how it's going to cater to. Land which is not very close to nala, water courses. Why? Because as a hospital we'll have to go for basements. So having a basement very close to a water course, water table is very high, so it's a common logic. Second, could be not very close to industrial areas where pollutants within the atmospheres are very high, and already we have immunocompromised patients where immunity is very low. They can catch up more diseases or infection from the atmosphere which is in the surrounding.
Correct.
So we should be as away from any atmospheric airborne pollution which is more in that zone should not be selected as a ideal land.
Oh.
One should go for, because hospital buildings are always majorly large buildings, not very small, so they need certain land, parking areas. Their outdoor services are also placed around the hospital building, so they need certain space. So a good large scale of land, chunk of land which is close to accessible highway, road and residential campus is a right ideal land.
So, can we convert any building into a hospital?
It's an interesting question. We have really come out of a large pandemic. We had confronted rather a lot of issues, and we have done this. We have really converted any building into a hospital lately. That would say an answer to a pandemic.
Right.
But as a matter of fact, we come across a lot of clients who are having their dream of building their own hospital as a doctor, and they are owning certain land, this building, which is for some other uses, just say residential uses, say commercial uses, or any other uses, and they want to say, I want to convert this into a hospital. Answer is yes. Ideal situation for any such conversion also has certain small parameters, like a residential building with having a lot of small rooms and lot of columns is a hurdle. We have to solve them by virtue of doing some structural changes, but in an old building it is not possible. It is not feasible or not advisable, I would say. Commercial building, yes, commercial building is designed for certain load, physical load, and spaces are designed for large gatherings and all, so which is an easier way to actually convert into a hospital. So answer is yes, you can convert actually any building into a hospital, but there would be certain limitations when it comes to a very old building and a residential building which is having a lot of limitations.
So, sir, how can well-designed hospital contribute to the patient's recovery of the?
Of course, it does. There are hundreds of examples. We have also seen this very closely. Bad examples of hospital designing is there is a column next to an operation theatre door, or there are rooms where patient is resting or occupying the space, is not having any windows. The ventilation is bad. It is the spaces are stinking, or for that matter, as I always stress on this issue of staff not being given importance. Staff facilitation is a very important aspect. So probably the large campuses where spaces are much far from each other and for their working, still because there's immense amount of fatigue, physical fatigue as an architect, we should consider all these aspects, and a well-designed hospital can actually contribute really well for patient recovery, fast patient recovery, I would say. A well-ventilated, well-lit room, having a proper view of even not necessarily a garden or a lake or a sea view. It can just be a settlement or a residential area, playground, something. So that gives them sense of belonging. It's we are somewhere, we are with the society. That sense of belonging can really probably change mentally, and they can recover. Most of the time, if you recollect, during pandemic, you must have spoken to your friends, so and they got admitted, and they'll say, what first thing you recollect of your hospital stay? The food was very bad.
Yeah, agreed.
See, that's so. As an architect, can we contribute to good food? Probably no. But giving the right kitchen size facility can enhance and can probably improve the mentality of the workers who are working there. They feel that हमको भी certain importance मिला काम करते वक्त, so they will work better. My point is, considering all these aspects, coming up with a better architecture, better interior spaces which are conducive for better recovery will definitely help, and patient recovery can be really enhanced.
Right. Okay. And thank you so much for giving us a valuable time of yours. I hope it will be very helpful to our viewers to get the knowledge about the hospital planning. And I hope it was a very wonderful session with you.
Thank you. It was indeed. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. And please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. For more information, please connect with Hospertz India Private Limited.